Hello guys, what is going on? It's v.0.1 here, presenting you version 0.1 of the Super Wario 5 that I'm currently making. So I'm just gonna jump straight into and show you what I made so far. So just to summarize what I made last time, I used a Wario I found on Google, and I made the jumping, walking, dash and ground pound. And now you'll see some changes right here right now. And the first thing to notice is that, let's just open the game right away, right here. So the first thing you'll notice is that Wario looks a little different, and what I basically done is that I have drawn my completely own sprite, but I had looked after the Wario I found on Google, so it's pretty similar, but it is completely made by me. So this is the Wario I will be using. Maybe I'll do some changes to it, but this is how this Wario will look, that I will be using in the final version of the game. Then the next thing you may notice is enemies, coins, the breakable blocks are different, and hearts, and a counter up here. Let's see, let's just zoom into the game right here. There we go. Alright, so let's get this going. So, as you can see, when I walk a bit, we see his animations a little different, because I made my own sprite. So, let me first demonstrate the enemies. So, if you'll notice now, when I get hurt, this will happen, and I will lose a life. And so that is what I made when it comes to being hurt by enemies, and I made this, jumping on them, and I can also dash into them, which I will show a bit later. But something you may also have noticed now is that I have made scrolling since I made the level a little bigger. And the thing is that previously I made scrolling very simple, but now I've done it a bit more advanced by looking at tutorials on YouTube and stuff like that. So you will see that now it's a bit more smooth. As you can see, the camera is like hanging a bit behind the player, so it's a little slower than the player itself. So let me show you a little demonstration right away. So let's just change something right here, right now, very quickly. Let's just deactivate something here and quickly add something new. Always. This means that this will always happen, right? Scrolling, center window position to our player. So how it will look now is like this. You'll see it looks more. It looks alright, but it doesn't look quite as good. So what we're gonna do is to keep it like this. Now it will look a lot more smooth and a lot better. So, as you can see right here. So moving on, when I'm dashing into the enemies, it looks like this. For now, at least, as I haven't drawn the enemies either. These are just test graphics for the enemies. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the coins. So coins is very simple to make, so I just implemented them right now instead of doing it later. So it simply is like this. Alright, and I've also changed the graphics on the breakable blocks, and as you can see, I've added a little flashing animation to the edges of the blocks. And I'm gonna do this with every breakable block in the game to show the players which blocks are breakable and which are not, so to make it more clear for the players. So I've also made some effects when you break a block, so it looks like this. Let's see, we can use this block as an example. So you can see some bricks falls out, and stones as well. And this is a blue coin, which is worth 5, as you can see there. And enemies, they fall, yep, they fall and have gravity and bounce off the walls. So previously I had just made enemies like they were in something called a path movement, where they would start at a specific coordinate, move to another specific coordinate, and that movement would loop. But now, and that made the game like messy, and it didn't look very good, and it made confusion to the players of when the enemy would actually turn around. So now they work like normal enemies should. So moving on, I've also added some background, as you can see, just the sky, to make the test level look more beautiful. Then moving on over here, yeah, let this enemy fall down. This is a different type of breakable block. This basically works like other breakable blocks. As you can see, they have these flashing outlines indicating that they are breakable. But the difference between these ones and these big blocks is that you can actually jump into them like this. So these little bricks, you can jump into them like you can in Mario games. And then there's one final thing that I've made, and that is climbing. And it was actually not really as complicated as I thought it would be, but this is how it looks. So you can climb in all directions. So in Super Wario Fortune, my previous game, you could only climb straight up, and you couldn't climb down, and in order to climb to the sides you had to climb up at the same time. And it was very, complicated, and it was really stupidly made. But here you can climb to all directions at the same at the same time. You can stop in the middle of the ladder and just climb whatever you want to climb. So that is basically what I made for now, and I've also made the dashing a slightly bit longer. And so there's been a lot of changes. So I've made my completely own sprite but it does really look like the other one. I'm sorry about that, and this Wario doesn't look really as good as the other one, but I've tried my best. Since I really like that Wario I found on Google, so I tried to nearly copy it and draw my own version of it. And I've added smooth scrolling enemies, breakable blocks, or change the graphics of the breakable blocks, and adding these rock effects to them. And this whole function with enemies was pretty complicated to make, but I eventually figured out how to do it. And I also added coins and life and ladders and bricks. So that is basically what I've made for now. And if you're wondering, nope, I have not made any game over sequence thing. So if I lose all my health or all my hearts here, basically what will happen is, let's see, just bring down this guy here. What happened is basically nothing. So right now I'm at 0 hearts, and now I'm at -1, so nothing happens yet. So that's really it I have made so far. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna make next time. Maybe try to draw the enemies, or make graphics for them. Maybe I've thought about making crawling for Wario, if that is not too complicated to make. And maybe also, add some heads-up display, make this counter here and the heart meter look more good, and I don't know, just continue with the game and see what I came up with. So I want to say thank you so much for watching. What do you think of this game, how it looks so far? I wanted to post a comment in the comment section below and tell me what you think. And if you could drop a like rating on this video, it would really help me out, and make sure to subscribe for more gaming mysteries on videos of this game and some Minecraft stuff, and sometimes some other random things like gameplay. So again, thank you for watching, and goodbye.